I've gathered 5 of the most favorite inanimate objects in my basement. And guess what? I will be asking 5 questions to each of them. So without further ado, let me present you a computer program,
Yo, it's Roguekiller, and I'm the king of the EXE.
a container,
I don't associate with this video that he's gonna pump out right now. There you go. How about twitch.tv/box2? There you go. Awesome. Great vegetables.
Great vegetables.
village,
Genshin could never. Respectfully, genuinely cannot believe this.
an old school game,
I'm a based weeb midriff enjoyer. Why? King's orders. And yes, I do like crumpets, but I'm not really a fan of scones.
and something a weeaboo would use on their Facebook profile. Ouch! Ow! Hey yo, chill, Yango, stop with the rocks!
Holy shit, man. You can't think of anything cooler. Just like all F4 yourself already.
Question 1. What got you into content creation?
I guess it was really just influence. Like, I would have always watched the bigger content creators back in the day, like PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, and I was just like, hey, I can do this. So I gave it some time. I started small edits on Share Factory on PS4 for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 back in the day. That was my favorite game until I got a PC, and then I played Genshin, and that was the first time I really did a Genshin EXE. So that's really what inspired me to do it. Influence.
I think I just really wanted to show people my insane luck in gacha games.
I've always wanted to try it in the past. Then Honkai Star Rail recently just came out, and I was thinking to myself, oh, it's gonna be my first MiHoYo game because I've never played Genshin Impact, so why might as well just make some content about it.
I'd say it was like way back in the day of Achievement Hunter, the Rooster Teeth company that used to do the videos where they would like show themselves collecting all of the achievements on the Xbox 360. And I remember they hired a load of people and they made it into what ended up being the Let's Play channel where they played Minecraft. And I just remember getting into that, and I used to watch YouTube on my Xbox back then. I didn't even realize it was a proper website, and ever since then I've just been fascinated with YouTube. It's the thing I do the most in terms of watching it, and then in the end, the second I realized how to do it myself, I've been trying to do it for years.
Probably because in real life, no one else is playing anime mobile games really. So I just started streaming to find more anime mobile gaming players. I was streaming Princess Connect, then eventually Arc Knight. It was mainly that. Actually, you know what's funny is back in college, I had like a programming channel where I would show people how to do for loops in Python and like other random stuff.
Question 2. Why did you choose the content genre you are making as of now?
I really like editing. That's what I used to do a lot, and I got better at it, so I just always wanted to get better. So I chose this type of genre just to better myself, and it came a long way, to be honest.
It's because my main genre of games I played back then and even now are gacha games.
At first, at the start, I was basically trying to find a niche to try and like separate myself from the rest. And I also know that I'm not great when it comes to like video editing, all that kind of stuff, because I never had any prior experience. And also back then, it was just me thinking to myself, oh, it's just gonna be like a hobby or like a side hustle, this kind of thing. So I don't really have a lot of time invested to make like super well made guides. Like for example, like Brexaphone or Goba 35. I was like, why not just translate stuff? Because I feel like knowing CN is a pretty good niche so far in the YouTube community, and take what I learned from them, compile them into like my own English version. Basically just yap. And after I yap, it's just don't really require a lot of editing because it's basically me explaining stuff. But at least that's how I first started. And then for now, I try to fine tune everything, condense everything, like give a little bit more visuals. And now I'm slowly pivoting away from only CN stuff and more into like the stream side, so I can diversify my brand and not just limit myself to Honkai Star Rail in the future.
Well, originally I was going to try and make content on RuneScape, and in the end I just couldn't really keep up with like the requirements. Like a lot of the people in the community of RuneScape content, they sit there and they play the game for like 1,000 hours for the sake of a 20-second clip in their video, and I just didn't have the time for that. So I moved on to League of Legends, which was the complete other end of the spectrum. I play one 40-minute match of League, and that was a whole video that I could upload, and that just made me super toxic, and I had to quit it because it was actually affecting my personal life. And it was around that time I was like, I'm just gonna play more chill games, and I got into Genshin, and I was already trying to be a YouTuber at that point, or so I don't have to quit YouTube as well, I'll just switch into gacha content. I just really enjoyed making videos around it, and now I'm making a lot more like less serious, jokey stuff, and honestly I really like the editing process.
I guess around COVID is when I started streaming first, but I didn't make my YouTube channel till a bit later, and my YouTube channel for like Arc Knights was honestly just a lot of like trolling at first, and then accidentally got more subscribers over time, but I was on Twitch a good bit before.
Question 3. Was there any content creator that has inspired you to start your YouTube channel?
Content creator named Phantom voice. He changed his name now, so it's Black Talon. I got to meet him. Me and him are really good friends now, and he really inspired me to just keep creating YouTube videos. And I always watched his videos as a kid when I was playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, my favorite game, as I said earlier, and started making content of it.
Tectone was my biggest inspiration. An Arknight's YouTuber called Kaiser MLG was the one who made a content creator video contest that really gave me the push to start.
Because this one is for the furries, which means this one is for all of you. In this wallpaper, there is a character named Waifu.
If I could just name one, is this content creator called Tamias. I watched him way back since there was this game called Artery Gear, the Mac version of Epic 7. Then I saw his rise from Artery Gear all the way to Nikkei, all the way to blah blah. And then we hung out a couple of times in Discord, and then we talk about like strategies, because there was like raids and like PvP and all that kind of stuff. So it was quite intense, and I had a lot of fun. Then I was thinking to myself, okay, this looks pretty cool, because for him, content creation was not his main source of income. This is just basically what he do for fun. And I was thinking to myself, okay, this could be really well for me as well. Like I could just do this as an additional income stream. And I also like to play video games. I've been playing gacha for a really long time. I also like anime stuff. Then yeah, why not just give it a shot? So I guess that would be like one of my first points of inspiration.
Like I said previously, Tabascus, Rooster Teeth, PewDiePie, settled. But recently, in terms of inspirations I've taken for the gacha stuff, I'd say like Tectone, Box 2, and honestly, you as well. The way that you do things with your channel has actually affected what I've been doing with my channel, if I'm being honest.
Probably not my channel. I would say in general who I watched more growing up would be the Yogscast, especially like the Yog Pod, and they did also like World of Warcraft, and then they later hopped on the Minecraft bandwagon, and then also Total Biscuit, Oni Plays, and Game Grumps. But in terms of like humor, I steal Yogscast jokes subconsciously without thinking about it.
Question 4. What do you think about the Honkai Star Rail community in general?
I think it's very mature over here. I don't know. I haven't really seen much of the community. There might be a broad portion of it that I haven't seen, but as of what I've seen now, I think it's pretty mature. Very much more mature than other gacha communities. I can say that.
I think that this community is the best one I've been in. You know, it's everyone I've met in here has been, they've been great so far.
I think people are generally very fine, but to be completely frank, I don't think I'm super in touch with, I would dare say, like majority of the community, because mostly when I stream or when I make YouTube content, it's mainly just communicate directly to my own Discord. Shout out to Poke's Village. I mainly just talk among them, because I've noticed a lot of things that I would dare say that majority of the player base are interested in is more like generic content. That's why you see the more general guides talking about like very exciting content kind of stuff. You could get hundreds and thousands of views, which is like, it's basically more general. And so I don't think most people really care about multiple eidolons or signature like cones, or trying to go for like these kind of like wacky challenges that content creators could do. For example, like Zero Cycle, or like clearing whatever content using whatever means, right? Because I think most player base, they just probably just play Star Rail as like a side game. Most of them are probably working adults. Most of them are probably not dedicating a lot of time to the game itself. Just clear dailies and then look at their waifus and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think that's the majority of the community that I'm involved with, because most of them they care quite a bit about like meta, who to pull, how do you optimize, all that kind of stuff. So I think there's like two sides. I would say the majority of Honkai Star Rail players that are very, very casual, and then the second side, which is the more the min-max side.
A lot better than the Genshin community, but only because like I think the Honkai community is just all about loving the game, and the Genshin community is evangelizing the game, and I think that that's an issue. And that's not to comment on Genshin enjoyers, because I like Genshin. It's to comment on the vocal minority of Genshin enjoyers who try to kill voice actors. You know what I mean? I just really like the community of Honkai because it's just much more positive than any other gacha community that I've seen.
I think it's like pretty good. The thing is like the community question, like feel like that like only kind of matters if you're making YouTube videos, or matters more, because like I found the Arknights community pretty fine until I started making videos for that game, if that makes sense, and it got like more annoying. But Honkai Star Rail's in it has been more chill. Here's what's funny though, is like a lot of the drama is just Genshin, but like Honkai Star Rail and Genshin are just kind of sharing the two communities, so Honkai Star Rail streamers are just kind of like dragged into it randomly.
Question 5. How would you compare Honkai Star Rail to other gacha games from a content creator standpoint?
We all know how we can compare this game to Genshin. Way better. Like, bro, doctor ratios being free. I genuinely cannot believe this, bro. That's something I've never seen out of another gacha game, to be honest. A gacha game that I've played.
The better the gacha game is, the better it is for their content creators, right? You know, obviously. And Star updates seem to only get better and better. So, you know, being a content creator for this game is great.
And number one, just because it has the backing of MiHoYo, which is like the biggest gacha company in the entire world, it's naturally just gonna do superbly well. And number two, I think in terms of like gameplay loop, end game, all that kind of stuff, player generosity, I think they're doing an excellent job when it comes to it. Pretty much, it satisfies and ticks all the boxes. No matter if you're a tryhard or if you're like a casual, it can cater to both demographics. I think it has excellent character design. They all look really, really good. All the animations, the models, the voice acting, everything just looks so great. Story-wise, okay, personally, I'm not really a story person, but this 2.0 story, I'm not sure if you have played, but oh my god, it was incredible. And I didn't really expect it because before this 2.0, I generally don't even read the Honkai Star Rail story. I just play it in the background and just talk to my chat. But for this particular story, it was really very, very well made, and we're looking forward to more. What else? I think, no PvP, no competitive PvE content, no guild content. At first, I was a little bit skeptical because in the previous gacha games that I played, especially like turn-based gacha, or even like Pokemon in general, they always have like a PvP element, and I find myself kind of enjoy this kind of like competitive elements because it gives me a reason as a player to min-max my team. But for Honkai Star Rail, there's none. So at first I was thinking, okay, this might get a little bit stale because there is no like PvP. Because any PvP in the game, it always keeps the game fresh. That's why you see games like League of Legends, all that kind of stuff. It's like infinite content. You can just play it every single day for the rest of your life, and it's always gonna be different. But as a content creator, I think it's actually really, really nice because it gives me breather room to make content for other things. So for example, if this game was there was PvP, I could imagine the streams just being like super focused on PvP itself, and I would barely have time, if any, to make content for the other things that I want to do. For example, I probably couldn't do the guide or like the collaborations, account reviews, or even like a lot of things I just couldn't do because it would just be all on PvP. So the fact that Honkai Star Rail has like wacky challenges itself if you want to, or you could just clear the game and then just spend your time however else you want it. It offers me a lot more freedom as a content creator. So I think generally this is one of, if not the best gacha games I've played.
It's 10 times better than any other gacha game because the story points are very impactful and make for really good short bursts of content, and being an automated game allows you to really easily work ideas and scripts around it without getting kind of stuck inside of the let's play genre, because it's easy with other gacha games to be playing the game but you don't really have to play Honkai. It's more about experiencing it, and I think that leaves better room for videos that show what you want to do as a content creator rather than, oh, I'm just playing this game, watch me play this game sort of thing.
There's like more viewers watching Star Rail, so that makes it just more interest in general. Like there's just going to be less interest for like Girls Frontline, because if I'm streaming Girls Frontline, no one even like knows how to play the game on my chat or what they're looking at, so that just makes streaming it way easier. But in terms of content potential, usually the bigger the community, the easier, because then like more people are like making memes and stuff that you can like reference and self-reference to, and if there's like other YouTubers you can reference to them. I would say it's pretty good.
Question 6. Have you ever thought about quitting content creation?
I wouldn't really say quitting, but after I dropped that Kafka EXE, I was gonna take a long break because I wasn't really seeing anything happening with my channel. Nothing was changing, and I was just like, fuck it, might as well take a long break. And Tectone watched my video, and that gave me the inspiration to keep going. And I took that as a sign to just keep going. Something big's gonna happen, and something big definitely happened.
Every single time I lose the 50-50 on Linline's account.
I feel like at my current point, I would say this is like the start of my career as a content creator, because right now I'm still doing this on top of my full-time job, and I've been just trying to balance out everything and just giving it my all. So the moment I quit my full-time job, which is like next month, I will have like so much more time to dedicate to this and just have like a much better timeline, I would say, in the future. So in the foreseeable future, no.
Oh, every day, every single time I make a video, every single time I see the video get 20 views and then be stuck on 20 views for 3 days, and then I get 4 dislikes before I even get 1 like, I'm like, oh no, I should just quit. But then, you know, you just gotta stick through it. Eventually a video will cook, and I think that's the best part about it, is always expecting it to kind of go badly and then it doesn't, and you're like, nice. And I think that's what keeps you going, personally.
So I don't really consider YouTube or Twitch really much of a job for me. Like I just do it like as a side hobby, so I guess I would like just quit. I want to like announce it or anything though. Like I'd quit it before in the past, like I've just like taken long breaks and randomly come back.
Question 7. If you were given the authority to change something in Star Rail, what would it be?
if there was one thing I can change in Honkai Star Rail, it would be the simulated universe. There can't be the only way we can grind simulated universe relics. Like, we go in there for the relics sometimes. Sometimes we go in there to complete our weeklies. Yeah, that's okay. But relics, if I'm going in there to complete relics, I don't want to have to grind for 20 minutes just to pull trash. I hate getting bad relics and I hate wasting time. So that would be the only thing that I would want to change in that game.
I would give every single character 2 more skills to give the game more depth and, you know, make it a little bit harder.
I feel like if Star Rail has relic loadouts, in my books, it will probably be like the perfect game. But not having relic loadouts is just, okay, essentially relic loadout is just basically like Monster Hunter, or it doesn't even have to be Monster Hunter. Like, there's a lot of games nowadays that you give your units a set of equipments, and then you save them to like a slot. So for example, right now, my Scylla is running 4-piece Quantum, 2-piece Rutilant with specifically these 6 pieces. And now I just want to save them in a slot, and I'll just name this slot as Scylla. So whenever next time I want to shift gears around, I can always just change using this. I just click one button and it will instantly equip any character with this same 6 gears. And I think it will be such a massive quality of life, especially as a content creator, because like I'm always like constantly trying to change gears, try new team columns, trying to do new things. So like having to try to go back and find which gear I have to use for which unit, it just kind of gets annoying up to a certain point. And now at this point, I'm just like, okay, you know what? For my supports, I'm not even going to change them anymore. I don't even optimize my supports fully. So for example, my Ting Yun, my Bronya, my Runmei, they just run like the exact same gear like forever. Even though there could be multiple different like variations. For example, I could run like a fast Runmei, I could run like a slow Runmei, I could run like a fast Bronya or a slow Bronya. But at this point, I just don't give a shit anymore. So like I'm just gonna use this one set and I just don't optimize because like it's just so much effort to keep changing them here and there. Yeah, so relic loadouts, that would be the biggest quality of life Honkai Star could ever get. It would be so.
Oh, that's a tough one. I actually don't have much complaint about the game.
Oh wait, actually no, now I think about it, okay, there's a second one. Having the ability to disable idlants, because that would be so nice. Maybe to the general player base it wouldn't matter as much, but for people that want to like test different things, do different team comms, seeing which idlant is better or something, it would be so good. And it wouldn't even cost MiHoYo anything. Like, simply just enable this option, because I mean I paid money for all the way up to, for example, idlant 6. I should have the ability to see, okay, how does my character perform in idlant 4 or idlant 2 or idlant 1, because genuinely like at idlant 6 this unit is so strong that it should pretty much clear all content with extreme ease, especially for like Scylla, Jingyuan, any DPS unit. So time to time, it might just get a little bit boring. Like having the option to just go back and feel what's it like to be like easier again. It will be so nice.
Pokke, are you done now?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Good. So yeah, about that question.
Oh wait, actually no. Now I think about it. Okay.
If it had to be anything, in endgame content, so I'll use MOC for an example, there's this precedent where Honkai are starting to kind of go, okay, we want to make this stuff longer and harder, and so they just make the health higher, the damage higher, and then once you've killed it, it comes back again and it's the same thing, but with a friend, and it's like, dude, can I have something different to look at maybe? I think that if anything, that's the only thing I'd change is like, you know, like you'll kill a malefic ape, and then the malefic ape will come back as the next thing, but with like another thing, and it's like, can we have a different thing entirely maybe, and can we have difficulty in terms of like mechanics rather than, oh, I just got one shot and I don't even really know why. I think that that's one thing they can improve on.
One thing to change in Star Rail, oh yeah, I would say make the simulated universe like fucking auditable. That's like the worst. I don't like doing it manually. You know what? In fact, like every time I go to the simulated universe, I just go in and just like bash my face on the keyboard and my mouse, and then just spam click my mouse button until it's done. So I even like look what I'm clicking at anyways. What's the point? Do you look at what you're clicking at?
Question 8. What are you hoping to see in the Honkai Star Rail first year anniversary?
Well, I'm not really saying I would hope, because we already know we're gonna get a 5-star selector. Like, come on now. We got a free 5-star just for winning a reward. Nah, we're definitely getting a 5-star selector. But I'm not really expecting, I trust the game to do what we want, you know what I'm saying? And that's to give us a free 5-star selector. Now, I would be I don't know the word. I'm gonna make up a word. I'm gonna be extra flabbergasted if we see a free limited 5-star selector. If we see that, then shit, this is gonna be the best game in gacha game history. But I'm not really expecting anything out of the anniversary. I trust the game will do what we want and give us a free 5-star selector.
I want to see a Genshin Impact collab with a Ganyu and Tartaglia dual combo banner.
I'm not expecting much so that I wouldn't get disappointed. generally, but probably a shit ton of jades. But okay, I think it's definitely gonna be more than just a single 10 pool because they literally just gave us 20 pools for the upcoming thingy. So probably even more than that. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 30 pools or even 50 pools. Then the banner units getting a selector for that would be insane as well. But I wouldn't expect it. But if it does come, then well, there's another copy of Bronya. Then light cone selector might be pretty cool. Although there isn't a lot of like very useful standard light cones with the exception of Bronya's light cone. So there's that. A ton of materials like credits, essential materials, all that kind of stuff maybe. And if there's gonna be skins, there's no better time to release it on the anniversary. I'm talking about like they give some welfare skins like for free. Because if I remember correctly, some of my community mentioned that like you actually have skins. I seen from the patch 4.4 they gave like a skin to Gun Yu and the other unit that I don't know the name of. So like I wouldn't be surprised if Honkai Star also have skin, like free versions and paid versions, and it will make so much money for MiHoYo as well, like to sell skins. These skins are one of like the driving economy for any video game. So yeah, those are the few things I would.
If I was to be completely on cope, it would be a free picker for standard banner. But if I was to be realistic, it'd just be nice to maybe get like 30 pulls. I think I'd be happy with that. 30, 40 pulls, that would be nice.
Okay, first off, like actually good skins that aren't like G-rated for like Disney Channel audience like Genshin has, so that would be great. Kafka in a bikini, Jing Yuan, you can put him in a bikini. Like just a lot of characters in bikinis. Second off, they should just add Autoable Simulated Universe right now. Third off, when's the anniversary? Is it, what day is it?
Hell if I know.
If Acheron comes out then, what I want for the Fat Albert L dude to at the end of the live stream say we're getting a free Acheron, so then we can have another epic drama cycle too, so we have stream content. No, cut that.